This video will go over a brief introduction to what optional practical training is, when you can apply, and the application process. Optional practical training is also referred to as OPT. In simple terms, OPT is work authorization in the U.S. after you graduate. It is an optional benefit and you do not have to use it. As it is still tied to your F1 visa, it must be related to your degree. OPT is a work benefit authorized by USCIS. The ISSS office first recommends it, and the federal government approves it. It is not guaranteed, although most students get approval. OPT is off-campus work related to your degree. It is limited to 12 months or 1 year of work authorization. OPT is not a new work visa and it does not guarantee future employment. It should be viewed as training. OPT is not to be used while you are still in school. If you need to work off campus during the school year, you need to apply for CPT. Here are the federal regulations related to OPT. ISSS works with these regulations to ensure proper compliance. There are two types of OPT, pre and post completion. Pre-completion happens before graduation, but it is only to be used by PhD students in the dissertation phase of their studies. Post-completion OPT takes place after graduation and is the most common type. You cannot use 12 months of pre-completion and 12 months of post. You get 12 months of OPT total, which can be used between the two types if needed. Pre-completion OPT is very uncommon, and if you only use part of it or use part-time, you will have to apply again if you need to use post-completion. We only recommend using pre-completion to dissertation students that have an official job offer. Otherwise, they risk losing OPT time. Post-completion is the most common and is what we recommend for nearly every student. In order to use post-completion OPT, you must be in your final semester and graduating. You can apply before the end of term. For both types of OPT, there are the same requirements. You must have been enrolled full-time for at least 1 year to use OPT, and 1 year of full-time CPT makes you ineligible. You do not have to have a job offer to apply, but you can only accrue 90 days of unemployment. For both types, you can apply for a STEM extension, and you can receive more OPT time at the next highest degree level. You can begin to apply for OPT 90 days before your graduation date, which is usually the end date listed on your I-20. If you will graduate early, we will need to shorten your I-20 end date. Federal regulations do not allow you to apply any earlier than 90 days prior to the end date listed on your I-20. The latest you can apply is 60 days after your I-20 end date. When applying, you must choose the date you want your OPT to start. This is called the OPT start date. The start date must be within 60 days after your I-20 ends, which is also considered your grace period. If you have a job offer, you can use an exact start date. If you do not have a job offer, you will have to choose an anticipated date. After submitting your application to USCIS, it takes about 90 days to process. So, for example, anyone who graduates on May 4th, 2024 can start applying for OPT on February 4th. The last day they can apply is July 3rd. We recommend applying earlier rather than later. When applying, they can choose a start date anywhere from May 5th to July 3rd, 2024. However, if they apply on July 3rd, the latest start date they can also select is July 3rd. So if processing takes 90 days, they will lose OPT time and likely gain unemployment days. Choose a start date based on your situation. Think about housing, job prospects, and your funds. The application process can feel complicated, but we provide detailed instructions on our website. ISSS will approve your initial application, give you an OPT I-20, and monitor your status. However, the rest of the application process goes through USCIS and is the F1 visa holder's responsibility. You need to submit materials to USCIS on your own, and you will obtain the EAD, Employment Authorization Card. You must ensure the job relates to your degree. These are the application steps in brief. Please watch our application steps video for a more detailed explanation of each step. First, attend an OPT workshop, then pay the ISSS fee. Complete the ISSS OPT form and wait for approval. You will receive approval in 5 to 7 days. Prepare your materials for USCIS and submit your application to USCIS online. You will also have to pay a fee to USCIS. After about 90 days, you will receive USCIS approval and you will receive an EAD card in the mail about 1 to 2 weeks later. Then you can begin work. You can find more information throughout the rest of our website. Thanks!